Your service inspires us, and tonight we celebrate you too. I commit myself to serve you all, King, country, and Commonwealth. God save the King.
And I think if they feel that you're doing the right thing, you can only be true to yourself, and you have to ignore.
Prince William just made a move that blindsided the royal family, leaving King Charles speechless and Camilla visibly shaken. What started as a routine royal gathering erupted into something no one was prepared for. In a stunning display of quiet authority, William stepped forward and reshaped the future of the monarchy. Was this a strategic power play, or the beginning of a royal reinvention? And why was Camilla left completely out of the picture? This was no ordinary day at the palace. And what unfolded may mark the beginning of a new chapter in royal history. The day the monarchy paused. It began like any formal engagement. Buckingham Palace was dressed to impress. Gleaming banners, white roses along the walkways, a crisp air of tradition. Inside, the grand hall buzzed softly as dignitaries mingled beneath glittering chandeliers. Photographers kept their distance. Palace staff moved with trained precision. The agenda? A celebration of continuity and heritage. But something wasn't right. William had requested a private moment to address the gathering. No Charles, no Camilla, just him. It was described as brief and symbolic. But seasoned palace watchers knew better. In a world where every step is rehearsed and every phrase pre-approved, this unscheduled moment raised alarms. When William stepped near the throne, the room seemed to hold its breath. His expression was calm, too calm. The kind of look that signalled intention, focused, steady. A look the late Princess Diana once wore when she changed everything. And then it happened. He spoke without theatrics, but his words carried undeniable weight. This wasn't just ceremonial fluff. He was delivering a vision, a pivot. He spoke of honouring tradition while embracing change, of bringing the monarchy closer to the people, grounded in purpose, not privilege. And then came the shift. William proposed a new structure for the royal household, one rooted in service, unity and transparency. A leadership council featuring Princess Anne, Prince Edward and the Princess of Wales would now take on expanded, formal roles in shaping royal duties. And then came the earthquake moment. With the King's discreet approval, William would begin assuming leadership of the monarchy's day-to-day responsibilities. He didn't call it a regency, but everyone understood what it meant. He was stepping in, not as a figurehead, but as the Crown's acting face at home and abroad. One royal reporter summed it up simply. It was silent, but seismic. And then, noticeably, painfully, Camilla's name never came up. The Queen Consort, completely absent. As William mapped out the monarchy's future, it became clear. Camilla had no part in it. No mention, no nod, not a single word. At first, she remained composed, but her posture changed. Her hands clenched, her gaze faltered, her colour drained. Then slowly she slumped forward. Not a dramatic fall, but a collapse nonetheless. Aides rushed, gasps echoed. King Charles stood abruptly, calling her name. Medical personnel appeared almost instantly. She was gently lifted and wheeled away, visibly distressed. In that instant, the celebratory tone shattered. The Queen Consort, once a cornerstone of royal events, was now a question mark, absent from the vision and physically removed from the room. One palace source later admitted, it was more than stress. She felt erased, like she didn't belong in the future William was carving out. And yet, amid the chaos, William didn't falter. Inside the palace, panic and disbelief. As the crowd dispersed, the real storm hit behind closed doors. Staff scrambled, phones rang non-stop, advisors huddled in urgent, hushed meetings. King Charles looked devastated, caught between pride and betrayal. Some insiders said he had no warning. Others claimed he did, but thought his son wouldn't actually follow through. But William had acted, decisively, publicly. And now the monarchy stands at a crossroads, not just of image, but of identity. What was once a carefully choreographed institution now faces a deep internal reckoning. The crown didn't just shift, it trembled. A question now lingers through the palace corridors and among the public alike. Was Camilla intentionally left out? Did Prince William deliberately sideline her as part of a bigger plan? Or is there a deeper, more hidden story unfolding behind closed palace doors? One senior aide confided to a British outlet, William knew the consequences of that speech. He understood who it would wound, and he still went through with it. To some, it was a bold, necessary step toward modernizing the monarchy. To others, it felt like treachery. Either way, the message was clear. The royal house is no longer moving as one. Two separate visions have emerged, one following King Charles and another rising steadily behind William. And in the middle of it all, Camilla was left behind. But what pushed William to such a pivotal decision? What was the true motive behind this subtle yet seismic revolt? To find the answer, we must trace it back to Diana. William's intentions, a son's quiet revolution. This was not a spur-of-the-moment decision. According to multiple sources close to the palace, this shift has been slowly unfolding behind the scenes for months, possibly years. And at the core of it all was one influence, his mother. Princess Diana's legacy never faded from William's life. Her compassion, her belief in transparency, her connection with the people, those values remained etched into her son's identity. Many insiders now believe William's redefinition of the monarchy wasn't just strategic, it was deeply personal. A royal historian summarized it poignantly. This wasn't just a speech, it was a reset. A quiet, deliberate response to everything Diana championed and everything the institution failed to protect. To William, the crown is not an untouchable artifact. It's a living institution meant to serve the people, not stand above them. He has long watched outdated customs stall progress, and now, with Charles's health uncertain and public opinion waning, he saw a chance to act. And acting meant redefining who holds influence, removing those like Camilla, who he believes no longer embody the evolving mission of the monarchy. To the world, it may have looked like quiet defiance, but to William, it was restoration. Still, by honouring Diana's vision, has he unknowingly dismantled his father's? Camilla's rise, and her sudden fall. For over 20 years, Camilla fought an uphill battle. Once vilified, she slowly ascended to one of the monarchy's most prominent roles, Queen Consort. Through relentless public criticism, whispered comparisons to Diana, and quiet resilience, she carved a place for herself. Inside the palace, she had become more than a royal spouse. She was Charles's partner, steadfast, reliable, and visible. Many believe she had finally secured her rightful place, but William's announcement changed that. Her name wasn't spoken, her title not acknowledged. No gratitude, no courtesy. It wasn't just an oversight, it was a statement. According to one former royal correspondent, Camilla reached the summit, only to find the ground taken from under her feet. She wasn't just ignored, she was erased, and it devastated her. Her fainting spell during the speech, once attributed to fatigue, is now widely seen as the breaking point. A physical reaction to years of pressure, sacrifice, and ultimately rejection. She had worked tirelessly to mould herself into the crown's expectations, only to find herself once again pushed outside the frame. Public reaction was split. Some empathized, recognizing her emotional toll, others believed her sidelining was long overdue. But within palace walls, the message was unambiguous. Camilla no longer had a place in the future being shaped. The king's quiet crisis. What does this mean for King Charles? He still wears the crown, but does he still wield its full power? Charles has always been a traditionalist, raised to protect heritage, not reform it. But as the world changes, and now with William's influence growing louder, his own authority seems increasingly fragile. Inside sources are divided. Some say Charles had been briefed and gave quiet consent to William's plan. Others insist he was caught off guard. Either way, William's voice now carries more weight within palace chambers than ever before. As one palace insider put it, Charles may be king, but William is steering the kingdom. Behind the scenes, royal advisors are torn. Should Charles reassert his leadership and push back, or should he step aside and allow this generational transition to unfold? Some argue resisting could fracture the monarchy even more. Others fear acquiescing would erase Charles's legacy before it has even taken root. For the king, this is not just a political dilemma, it's a deeply personal one. He's not only confronting a son who's taking control without force, but precision. He's watching the woman he loves be publicly pushed aside. And for a monarch who has already weathered scandal, loss, and criticism, this may be the most intimate betrayal yet. The palace no longer speaks with a single voice. Instead, it echoes with quiet conflict. Whispers of change, loyalty, and uncertainty drifting through locked doors. Has Prince William just redrawn the lines of royal power before our very eyes? With Camilla pushed to the sidelines and King Charles visibly rattled, it looks like the crown may already be changing direction. What's your take on this royal twist? Drop your thoughts into the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more shocking updates from inside the palace. Thanks for tuning in.